Ahmad, let's take a look at your new set of essays. Fathers staying home, mothers working. Let's see what you wrote. Roles and responsibilities of both husband and wife within the family is changing over the time. Okay, let's fix this. You've got two things here. You've got roles and you've got responsibilities. So this verb needs to be plural, are changing. And then it's without the word the. So roles and responsibilities of both husband and wife within the family are changing over time. Today, an increasing number of men stays at home to raise children while women join the workforce. This essay will analyze the root cause of this trend and show that this phenomenon has negative effects. Okay, that's written well. So let's continue and see what you wrote. There are many factors that lead men and women to take the tasks of each other. One of these factors is the job market, where more job opportunities are being offered to women, not only in sectors such as healthcare and education, but even in engineering and marketing sectors. This makes it easier for women to find a job, but harder for men. As a result of that, a larger percentage of fathers stay beside their young ones at home, while mothers work outside to earn a living for the family. Okay. The family structure, where the mother takes care of financial needs and the father takes care of children's apostrophe s upbringing, is considered a negative phenomenon. That is because women are psychologically and emotionally better than men at nurturing, not nourishing, infants with an I and toddlers. Also, men's wage is generally higher than women's wage. So, the families with working mothers S earn less money than the ones with a working father. Thus, this structure is believed to be psychologically and economically negative for the family. Okay. I want you to be careful with this because one of the things that I found you doing here is you overgeneralized. You need to use the language of hedging. So, what does that mean? That means when you allow a little room for error or for another perspective or an exception or something. So, you don't want to say that women are better than men at nurturing infants. You want to say that often women are better than men. Or you could say women tend to be better than men. Or frequently we find that women are better than men. So this kind of language makes it seem less absolute and like less of a generalization. Um, this is what I would definitely like to see you try to do. Be not so absolute in your perspective and to allow for some exceptions or some variation or some um, other perspectives perhaps. Okay, let's read your conclusion. In conclusion, abundant job offers for women and rare opportunities for men leads them to change their responsibilities in the family. All right, we don't start sentences with and. This change is this change obviously has negative effects on the family on both financial, psychological, and financial sides. And I wouldn't say although here that's grammatically wrong. You want to just say, unfortunately, it is predicted that more families will be forced to adapt to this structure in the future. Okay. So I want to look at something here. Let me see. Okay, so one of the things that you didn't really tell us about is why let me think. I I thought you did well in general, but like here you said the job market where more opportunities are being offered to women. My question is why? All right, because that was a part of this that I thought you never really explored. So if women were the ones nurturing infants and toddlers in the past, what has changed that is making women decide to leave the home and to go to work? So you never really explored that. And so I felt like a part of that puzzle was missing. So it sounds to me here like for some reason or another, women are applying for jobs, and for some reason that you never really told us, um, women are getting offered those jobs instead of men. So I felt like you had these things here that really needed to be explored a little more. Um, so that was one thing. Another thing you never explained to us is okay, fine. So a man can't find a job in the engineering or marketing sector. Does that mean there is absolutely no job for him at all? So it's kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to stay home with my children. So I felt like there was part of this that you didn't really talk about. You focused just on the job market, and you didn't really talk about any of the social changes that have happened that have led to this shift to begin with. So, why are women going out to work? Why are men choosing to stay at home with their children rather than finding maybe a lower or maybe not as prestigious job? So, I felt like there were some unanswered questions. Okay. Um, then let me think about this. You maybe could have talked a little bit more here. Um, just gone maybe one step further. I mean, this was fine in terms of the word count. It was like 300 words or so. Let me just double check. Oh, okay. It was 278. So you could have added a little more. I mean, were you above the 250? Yes, of course. But I still think that you had a little room to maybe explore some of these issues a little more. Um, Even in this paragraph. And instead, maybe what you could have done is you could have shortened this a little bit. I don't know if you needed all of these sentences. Maybe it could have just been a little less there. All right, so it's a good job in general, but again, there were some things that I thought could have been even stronger. So let's take a look at your task one. All right, so let's take a look at your letter here about the move and the stuff that was damaged in transport. To whom it may concern, I am writing to you to express my dissatisfaction with the quality of the service provided by your company. Allow me to describe the situation for you. Last week, I contracted your company without the have to transfer my furniture and home appliances to my new apartment located near the National Museum at the north side of the city. Unfortunately, I have discovered that many items have been totally or partially damaged during the move, not the movement. For example, I found many scratches at the edges of the refrigerator, and also I noticed that many glass dishes were broken due to unprofessional packing. I'm expecting an immediate disciplinary action to be taken against the staff who conducted this transfer. Moreover, I strongly believe that I am entitled to, not for, to a partial refund to be deducted from the service fees because of the damage caused. Expecting a response from you the moment you read this, Ahmed. Okay, so um, this is what's counted in your word count right here, this piece. All right, you're at 155 words. Let's see. When and where did it take place? Last week it took place. Fine. My new firm, okay, the north side of the city, so that was clear. What is your complaint? Dishes and the refrigerator, fine. And a reasonable solution. So you did everything. I mean, you were certainly succinct. You didn't really embellish a lot. You possibly could have. I think you did an okay job with this, but let me tell you where for me the biggest problem is. You didn't have a sign off, and that's going to be affecting your coherence and cohesion score. It's not enough to just say expecting a response from you the moment you read this. You could have done that. Better yet would have been, I expect a response from you. That would have been more formal, whereas this is a little more informal. I expect a response from you the moment you read this, full stop. But even better than that would have been, again, keeping in line with the tone of the letter, a more formal expression. I expect a response from you at your earliest convenience. I expect a response from you as soon as possible. Okay, those would have been better choices for me, keeping in line with the formalness of the letter. And then you still need a sign off. This is a closing, but it's not a sign off. A sign off needs to be yours faithfully, only yours faithfully. Why? Because you address your letter to whom it may concern. You have not told us the name of the person. Therefore, that's the only thing that you can use to end a formal letter. Okay? So, unfortunately, that kind of an omission is going to affect your score, like I said, for coherence and cohesion. So, keep that in mind. It's not something you can just leave out, it absolutely has to be there. So, go ahead, Ahmed, and correct these. Send us a new set. I'll be waiting for them. So, best of luck to you.